everyone. So today I'm going to show you how to wear a Balinese dance costume for a welcoming dance. So that could be something like Pendet, Gabor or Panyembrama. So I'm going to show you how to do the hair and the costume as well. So now I'm going to show you how to do the hair. There are a few ways you can do it. You can be a little bit modern, and you could do a fringe. You could also do the sasat with the comb, the styling comb. If you have a lot of time and skills, you could also use this. This is kind of the cheating way of making a sasat, but I absolutely recommend it. You know, in Indonesia, the higher the hair, the higher your status maybe. So I'll show you how to do this. Firstly, we bring the hair forward. And we put this on our head. And using your forearm, you push it back. Okay, so now my hair's pretty much in place. Now I have to do the challenging task of putting my hair up in a bun while keeping this in place. Okay, so now my hair's up in a bun, and you have to pay attention now to making it a bit neater. So now you have your bun in place, it's time to attach the hair. Okay, so this is the original hair piece that they use in Bali, and obviously it's a different color to my own hair, but it's not a real big problem because it stays at the back of your hair when you're dancing. I know sometimes people like to do this, but that's actually not the correct way. So when you're dancing a welcome dance, your hair will be at the back. I also have my own hair piece that I bought in Australia. So this one clips on at the back. It's just attach it and it's done. And it looks quite nice. Looks like genie hair. But today I'll just show you the Balinese one. Attach the rubber band to the end, tie it onto your bun. Okay, so it's on your bun at the back. And then you twist it around. Okay, so it's over your bun. You can probably see the contrast. And then you put another rubber band over the back. So, okay, so it's basically in place. Okay, so now you have your hair on. Okay, now it's time to attach the hiasan, the hair ornaments. Okay, so this is the one that I normally use because I like to save time and I don't want to stress myself out any more than I already am when I'm trying to get ready to perform. Otherwise, you can use the bunga mas, the individual bunga mas, and place it through your bun and along this side of your hair. And then this one here is the centerpiece. It goes behind that, so you probably you put that one in first, and then the bunga mas. And as well as that, you can attach cempaka or bunga jepun, the frangipanis. You can use fake ones or real ones. If you have real frangipanis, you can get a hairpin and stretch it out like this, and then place the frangipanis one on each prong, and then you can place it in your hair. Okay, push it in. So now I'm going to show you how to put this one in, but before you put it in your hair, make sure that you've straightened it out and made sure that everything's in the right place. You can always straighten it out again once you've put it on your hair. Okay, so when I insert it, I make sure I'm putting it right in the center. Okay, so now we straighten it out. When we dance, because we move our head, this will move along with us, so we don't want it to loose. Yeah, so we we'll put some pins along the wires and attach that to our hair, okay, at the back. So now we return to the back. Okay, so you can be slightly creative. Normally we can place one of these along the back this way, okay, and then pin it. So put it with a pin, you'll pin this here to your hair, or we can place it this way, going down. And by doing that, it adds extra strength to the connection between the hair piece and your own hair. And again, you can place another pin through it. Okay, you can actually, if you want, you can place two if you want to look more fancy, and especially because you want to cover up the contrast, so you can add another one, so one here and one here. And then we will place some more bunga mat facing the back, not through your scalp, but through here. So we've got something to look at the back. And then to finish it off, we will have a rose. There we go. So that's the hair. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to do the costume. So the first one goes underneath everything else at the bottom. So we can see the rudder at the bottom, and that's what we'll see. You won't see the white part. Depending on how tall or short you are, you'll have to fold it at the back. Okay, so this one goes on just at the front, right in the center, and then folds up, crosses over at the back. Okay, so make sure that you measure it as you fold, when you fold it, to make sure it's not too short or too long. I think normally the problem is that it's actually ends up being too short. So now that you've got it in place, you'll have to put it on with pins. Okay, so ideally you should do this with your friend, pinning it, pinning both layers together, so the outside to the inside, everything. And so we'll do it on the other side. Okay, so now we have the outer layer that goes on top, and as you can see, one end has this border, and so that will be at the front. Okay, so again, you'll have to fold it, and as you can see as well, there's a gap between the prada and the end of the kain, the cloth, so it will need to be folded. That's what it means basically. Once you do that, you have to measure it to make sure that this part, border part, is at the front here. Okay, and we also need to make sure that you can see the under part. Once you've measured the ideal space, you can put it on. And also make sure the kain in front is a bit longer than the one underneath this layer, because it just looks a bit messy if this layer is sticking out from the front. Okay, so now that you've got it where you want it, we will pin it. So one here through all the layers, and then another one on this side through all the layers again. Try and put it on tightly, but it's not too important, because you will then be putting on your elastic waistband, if you have one. So next we will put on the angkin. In terms of saving time, I've also added some Velcro. Make sure when you put this on, it's these are right in the middle, lined up. And then this part is really where having a friend to help you comes in. You can ask your friend to pin it on for you. Okay, and when you pin it on, lift up your arms so that it makes your chest smaller, so this can go on tighter, and it's on, and it's fairly neat at the back. This doesn't matter very much, this gap. If you want to pin it, you can, but we're going to cover it up at the top. Okay, so the last part, yes, we're nearly at the end, the tutuk dada, to cover your chest. When you put it on, make sure you'll notice there are two ends. So this end is at the back. Okay, so this will trail behind you. Okay, this way. Or if you want to do it the other way, like, I think this is a little bit more modern, you'll have it at the front, and then this goes around. Okay, so let's do it the old-fashioned way. Okay. And also, when you do this, if you want to prepare earlier at home, you can put a rubber band on here and mark the point where the tail begins. And so you'll put a pin here. Make sure it's down low a little bit. It's not up here, because then you can see the pin. So through both layers. Now this goes around your chest. I'll put another pin here. Okay, and I will put another pin here underneath, so pin goes underneath and out the front. Okay, and then we'll pin it at the back. So this is when you probably want to ask your friend for help. If not, you can try and do it yourself, and really you could end up stabbing yourself with a pin, but sometimes we have no option. Yeah, it's best to have a couple of pins there so it doesn't stick out at the back. Okay, and then the final pin will go on your tail and attach it to the back. Okay, because when you're dancing, that can fall off. Don't want that. This is what the whole costume will look like. Okay, so now you're almost ready to dance, so you can add the bangle. I put it on the left hand because in the right hand you'll be holding your bokor, your flowers, and then as well as that, you'll need to put in the subeng, the earrings. So with the subeng, we have a tiny little hole in the middle. So if you find that your subeng are getting loose, you can use a bobby pin and push in the little clamps on the inside, push it in towards the tiny hole, and so it will become much tighter. Okay, and then on the other end we have this sharp thing here. It is actually quite sharp indeed, so be careful. When I put it in, unless you want to ask your friend for help again, I put my fingernail close to the tiny hole as a guide. So we put the sharp end in first and then match it up. There. I'll put the other one in. Okay, so that's the complete costume. I think it looks a bit funny without any makeup on, but yeah, you can see that in another video. So thank you for watching, everybody, and I really wish you the best of luck. Yeah, I'm obviously not a Balinese person, but I'm somebody who completely adores the art forms of Bali, especially the dance. So I'm just really happy and enthusiastic to share it with other people like me around the world who want to pursue Balinese dance as their passion in life. So yeah, thank you very much. Goodbye.